as I said today, I didn't want to put you on the spot because there's a whole bunch of stuff missing here. The subhead is missing and the intro copy is missing. I think I saw you playing with it today. My suggestion would be to put it here or to put it here. You can play with it as you like. Just when you do the intro copy, don't stretch it all the way across. That's going to make it too wide. You know, 1 or 2 columns. I love this graphic. I love it. I think it's so much stronger than the line art graphic. My suggestion to you is not to be so matchy-matchy with the graphic and the columns, okay? I feel like this graphic, if you made the graphic smaller so that you deliberately weren't matching up the columns to this stuff, let go of that. Let this marvelous image of the Opera House just be itself. And don't worry so much about that. And give yourself a little bit more of a margin all the way around. And play with this stuff. You can see where you need the bleed anyway. So try making the columns, I don't know, 10% smaller so that you end up with a more generous margin all the way around so everything gets to breathe a little bit. And it's not quite so matchy-matchy with the columns. This is bugging me a little bit. I don't think I need to tell you that you need to clean all of this type up, and now you have the tools to do that. So these need to be in italic. Consider fixing some of these breaks. Definitely don't hyphenate names in headlines. You want to fix that. And you're going to go in and fix some of this. The performances, the type, look, the spacing is immaculate, okay? The spacing is absolutely fabulous. The type itself, I wish there was a little more contrast between all of the type. Consider the idea of introducing a sans serif face here and here. The same sans serif face, possibly in the same weight and just in different sizes. So that it's not all, it's a little one note as it stands. And I think maybe you could play with that. Fortunately, you've got this in paragraph styles. So you could do one. Let me switch back into InDesign for a second. Let me go back to InDesign. I had this in Photoshop so I could write on it, and I don't really have anything on that I want to write about it. So let me go back. I'm just going to do this real quick. If I decided, for example, that I wanted to change something, 2 ways to do it, as we learned in class today. I could grab this and change it to, I don't know, I'll change it to Big Caslon, which I think is a mistake because I'm actually moving these closer together. I wanted to move them further apart, but just for now, for the purposes of the demonstration, I'll change it to Big Caslon. So that's an override. So just as a refresher, I can come over here to the override and say, redefine the style, and instantly everything on the page changes to the override. This is a character style, so that's why that's not working. And then I can change this to italic. Or the other way to do this is I can double click, go in here, change the character format from Franklin Gothic to whatever. I'll change to Frizz Quadrata. Or, I don't know, something else. Something silly. All right, sorry. Sorry. Gotham Narrow. Okay. Now, and I'll do Ultra. Okay. So you can see that the ital isn't changing. That's because I used a character style. That's okay. But what I'm doing here, what I want to show you is this little preview button. If you make sure that's on, you see that I can see this change happen as it happens. I can move this out of the way and say, does that work? Do I like that? And if the answer is yes, I can hit OK. And if the answer is no, I can pick a different typeface. Something hopefully that's going to stand out. I don't know why I keep picking typefaces that all look the same. But you get the idea. And then, now I did, for my italic, I did a character style. So what I'll need to do, just like I changed my paragraph style, so let's see, what did I pick? This is Jubilat Book. So I'll grab this and I'll go in and I'll go to the character format, and I'll type JUB, and that's Jubilat book. I'll do medium. It doesn't look like there's an italic, so I'm going to fake it. And I hit OK, and see it changes. And everywhere I've done it, it changes. So if you're using a paragraph style, it's kind of a double punch. If you don't use a paragraph style, you don't have to. You can just do it italic by hand. But I would suggest a different typeface for the headlines, and it doesn't have to match. But I feel like right now, as it stands, your file, let me go back to your file. It's a little OneNote. Let's shake it up a little bit. But come on, it's giving Saul Bass. It's giving classic Met opera. And by the way, it's fine to change this black part to white. You're absolutely fine to do that. So this can be gray and this can be white, and that works. And then you know that you have to work on the call to action. I love it. Okay? Try making the image a little bit smaller and drop it into Slack. Let's take a look at it together. Nice work.